Live shrimp, a must for late summer fishing in Louisiana. We gather our arsenal at the dock in Slidell as we await our guest chefs, Chuck Subra and Tory McPhail. Tory's arrived first.
Excited about the trip today?
Are you kidding me? You know, anytime we have an opportunity to get out there, enjoy the great outdoors here in southern Louisiana, and do what we love to do, I mean, that's just going to be a great day. I get to meet new friends, get to run around, catch some great fish, and enjoy this beautiful day. So absolutely, we're going to have a good time. Can we come on?
How are you?
What's happening, buddy?
How's it going?
You stoked, Chuck?
Oh yeah, definitely.
When was the last time you went fishing?
Probably about 2-3 years ago. It's been a while.
Let's go have some fun.
We'll be fishing Lake Pontchartrain, once again with Captain Kenny Kreeger, a veteran charter boat captain who's fished the lake for 50 years. We pass under the Highway 11 bridge on the way to our first stop, the natural gas rigs outside Lacombe. It's a favorite fishing spot for many of the locals.
They're welcome to tear them down, but some of the fishermen, they kind of lobbied with Wildlife and Fishery and everything, and whoever owned the rig, gas company, they decided to leave it up for structure, to fish.
Tory trophies the first fish, a nice-sized black drum.
That's going to be good. First one of the day. We'll break in the ice, throw in a couple more shrimp on these hooks, and get back to fishing.
Chuck gets his first catch, a beautiful speckled trout. And like the good fish psychic that he is, he already knows its future.
Today's whole fish. Take him, clean him up, cook him up just right.
Pretty trout.
It's now Kenny's turn, and he too finds a trout.
That's pretty fish. Lake Pontchartrain speckled trout. Shh, don't tell nobody, it's a secret.
Hey Chuck, what you gonna do with your speckled trout, bro?
That's gonna be today's whole fish special. Take the scales off of it, clean it up, take the bones out of it, pan sear it first, and then roast it in the oven until it's ready. We're gonna serve that with a little bit of shrimp and tasso kush kush.
Pop the top on a Corona. Beautiful speckled trout, Chuck. What you think? It's good stuff, huh?
Definitely.
Very nice.
The word gets around, you know, when you start catching fish, this guy will tell that guy, and this guy will tell his friend. Everybody's supposed to be keeping it a secret. Before you know it, there's 15 boats in that one spot. But if they got plenty of fish around, there's enough room for everybody to fish.
Got one.
Ah, Chuck, never count chickens before they hatch, and never count fish before they land on board. This one had an exit strategy.
See, Chuck, that was the fish story, the one that got away, but we got it on tape.
Perfect. So at least somebody saw it.
A brown pelican soars overhead. That's a good sign. Birds perched on the rig, also reassuring. Unless, of course, you're starring in a Hitchcock movie.
Clam was open, sitting on the bottom. He closed up on my line, look. That's what we fishing over. That's why them fish are around here. They feeding on these clams.
That is gonna be the lucky shrimp right there. That's the one.
A lucky shrimp? Not from the shrimp's perspective. But from the catfish's point of view, hey, he scored. As will another bottom feeder, a stingray.
That's why you be real careful with them, because that's what they try to get you with. And they hit you with that, they'll put some pain on you.
Captain Kenny's about to put some paint on this stingray, walking tall style.
Make him quiver, then get him off the hook.
Up next on Bait to the Plate.
Hi, my name's Tory McPhail from Commander's Palace, and today we're gonna do grilled black drum with crab meat and avocado.
That's next on Bait to the Plate. This is Bait to the Plate.
The fish we're gonna work with today is a locally caught black drum. It's one of my favorites. It's the cousin of the redfish, eats exactly the same, and is awesome. Before we get started on the black drum, we're gonna make pickled crab meat and fresh avocado. A little bit of salt. To this, we're gonna add some white pepper and a good squeeze of lemon. Be careful of the seeds. We're gonna add in some fresh shallots. And so what we'll do with this, we're gonna sit this on ice or in your refrigerator overnight. It's best if it goes about 12 to 24 hours. The flavor of the shallots and all the great flavor of the lemon soaks into the crab, and it's gonna be great on top of our fish. All right, we'll set that to the side. The next thing we'll do is we'll take care of our avocado. And a fresh avocado is gonna have no bruising. It's gonna be nice and fresh and green, and this will go great in our salad. Let's scrape this right out, just like so, right on top of our cutting board. We'll gently dice our avocado. Doesn't have to be exact. It's all going to the same spot anyway. Now here's a little tip for you. Avocado always turns brown fairly fast. So what we do in the commander's kitchen, we take a bit of fresh lemon, some salt and pepper, and marinate our avocado. It's gonna last about an hour that way and won't turn brown. All right. Some salt, a little bit of white pepper. And again, we're gonna fold all these flavors together. So this is a gorgeous piece of fish. At total, this weighs about 6 ounces, which is pretty typical for an entree portion of a fish. Today we're gonna use a little bit of vegetable oil to season our drum. And you don't need a lot, and you don't need to overload the dishes with fat and calories to make them taste good. A little bit of Creole seasoning on each side. Really, it's a simple combination of paprika, cayenne pepper, black pepper, salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and dried thyme. But you can use anything you find in the grocery. Do be careful though, some of those get a little bit salty. Our black drum is seasoned, the crab meat's ready to go, we've got our avocados, and let's start grilling that drum. So today we're gonna use a grill pan, and I've got mine sitting right over here. We're gonna season this with a little bit of vegetable oil, mix it around, and add some kosher salt to it. If you don't have kosher salt, you can use regular iodized salt at the house. It's not gonna be a big deal. But it really needs to get rubbed in here. You want a nice shiny surface so your redfish or your black drum doesn't stick. This is a great, healthy way to cook. So there's 2 sides to every fish. There's the presentation side, and then there's the skin side. So here's a little tip at home, okay? The presentation side is always the rounder part of the fish. That's the part that's closest to the spine, right? The opposite side, it kind of has a larger grain there. The tighter the grain, the closer to the spine. We're gonna start searing the bone side of the fish first. That down there. So once our fish goes on the grill, we're not gonna move it at all. So we're gonna grill this drum for about 3.5 minutes on each side, and you're really hoping to develop those great grill marks, which adds great flavor to the dish. All right, our black drum's been grilling for just a couple of minutes. Let's go check it out. Oh, that's perfect. It's exactly what you're looking for, okay? After that, we're gonna turn that around. Gently pull this one up. Beautiful. We got our pan over about medium-high heat. And really the last thing we need to do, and it's super simple, we're gonna mix together the rest of our salad. This is fresh arugula. There's 2 varieties. There's a baby arugula or some wild arugula. You can tell that the little serrations you have right there. Both varieties have a good spicy flavor, which goes great with our Creole food. We're gonna make our salad by mixing our fresh arugula, fresh artichokes. These have been marinated in just a little bit of lemon, fresh tarragon. Here we've got some local Creole tomatoes, some yellow tomatoes we get from the same farmer, some little cherry tomatoes. You can use teardrops, anything else you might find in the local grocery or your farmer's market. But for this, just a little bit of salt, some freshly ground black pepper, and that's important. If you've got ground black pepper and seasonings in your cabinet, throw them in the trash can. Fresh is definitely the way to go. Just a splash of sugarcane vinegar. Let's go check our drum. Just go ahead and press on the top of the fish, and you want it to give just a little bit. If it's really hard in the middle and it's not giving, this fish is probably not done. If you're seeing it starting to dry out around the outside, it's overcooked and it's hammered, so it's gotta be exactly just right. This is exactly what we're shooting for, okay? It's nice and moist. You can see the liquid out the top, and as you touch it, it just gives like so. Nice and steamy, it's not dried out around the outside. That's a perfect way to cook black drum. I'm gonna lay some of this salad down. Wow, looks great. This is one of my favorite summertime dishes. It's moist, it's tender. This is gonna be awesome. Beautiful, beautiful fresh fish. We're gonna have some of our avocado, some of our pickled crab meat. And here you have it, fresh grilled black drum with pickled crab meat and fresh avocado. Food like this gets no finer right here in southern Louisiana.
Commander's Palace recipe for grilled drum with avocado and pickled crab meat and all other recipes featured on the show can be found by visiting our website, baittotheplate.com. Coming up on Bait to the Plate,
He hit it right close to the boat. He hit it right as I was pulling it in.
we return to Lake Pontchartrain for another round with chefs Tory and Chuck, and then we're off to Cote Brasserie for one of Chef Chuck's delicious recipes. That's next on Bait to the Plate.